Welcome back to No Man's Sky. In the previous episode, we went through the tutorial and learned how to build a base and build some base items. The next step in our tutorial is to go to the space station. So we are going to do that now. Alright, we're going to take off. We're going to hit R2. That'll launch our thrusters. And we're just going to be kind of flying up to space. I'm going to hit that pulse engine. And then once we get out into space, we are going to look around. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and shoot a little more stuff out here because it's good having these materials. And we'll scan it. There's always going to be some tritium available. Some silver, some gold sometimes some platinum. Just different stuff. Alright, I'm done with my harvesting now. So let's, here is our space station right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit L1, R1, and we'll activate the pulse drive and go straight to the station. And as we get close, it stops us. So I'll just go ahead and use our thrusters and go into the space station. And it will do an auto landing procedure as you go in. Ooh, this one's really bright. I like that. Now there are a bunch of things that I want to show you here, but I have to keep my head on a swivel because some of the things will be behind us and some of the things will be in front of us. Over here is basically going to be all the items that we're going to be using. This is going to be exosuit. This will be multi-tool. Over here is going to be starship. Over here is going to be exomech, whatever. And then down here we have the, what is this guy called? I forget what he's called again. He's the one that gives you your missions. Mission agent. There you go. Well, let's go ahead and enter it. And then you can do some different missions. Oh, we can't do that yet. We've got to get further in the tutorial. Anyway, this is where you can sell some stuff. Okay, so you can buy stuff here and sell stuff here. And looking in here, we're in my exosuit. We're going to switch over to my starship, and then we're going to go to sell. And these are some items that we can sell. Now, I don't know what this is actually for, so I'm just going to sell it because I need money. And we've got some silver. We've got some gold. I'm going to keep that because we're going to need that for some crafting stuff. The geode, we're going to sell that because it's worth some money. Plated tailbone. We could display it at our base, but we'll get that stuff later. So we're going to sell this one now. Gold nuggets are worth a lot of money compared to the gold itself, so I'm just going to sell these nuggets. Tritium hypercluster, there's a bunch of those. I'm going to just sell those because they're worth more than the individual tritium. And now we can see that our units are up to 224. And that's good. That's really good. Now over here is a teleporter. And in the teleporter, we can go down to our base or come back up here. So here we can go to my bases, and you can see I've got tutorial base. That way, you know, I'm never going to go back to it. And then if we were at our base, now that we've been to this space station, we can teleport back to this space station if we want. I'm going to exit out of there. And then over here is a cartographer. And a cartographer allows you to swap charts for something specific. So that guy's speaking in Viking, and I can't understand that. And he's probably going to turn us away. Yeah. Okay. I just need to do the tutorial part first. So let's do that. Investigate base computer. Inquire about strange signals at the space station. I guess I just need to talk to a bunch of people. So let's just do that. So I won't understand any of the things these guys say. All right. So we've got signal coordinates and at a distress location. So we're going to need to do that. Over here, we can upgrade our suit. And every space station has one of these that you can use one time, and it'll cost you a little bit of money. And it's always highlights to here, but I got to be honest, I don't really like using these upgrade slots here. I like using them up here to try to find our supercharged slot. So I'm going to go ahead and just click this one, and then we're going to use 1,000 units to upgrade that. Alright, so that's upgraded. And let's take a look at our suit. And we didn't get a supercharged slot, so there's that. But if you come in here, you could purchase up technology to improve your suit for nanite clusters. And, you know, I've only got 136 nanites, so I'm very limited in what I can buy. I don't suggest buying these C levels. I suggest waiting until you have the nanites to buy these S levels. It's just going to be worth it, you know, worth your time and your money to just wait and buy these S levels. We've also got a weapon, and this is a B. Well, that's actually pretty good. There is no supercharge slot here, so there is technology built into it though. So because it's a B, it should have 2 technology slots in here. Let's just go around the other side and take a look and see if that's a B as well. This one is a B, and it only has 1 technology slot, but that's better than nothing. It's also got a weapon built into it and some other things. So I'm not going to buy any of these or do any of these. I don't have the money to do it anyway. But it's always interesting to look at those and see what kind of upgrade you could get. All right, so now we got to leave and go back down. Now, before we do that, I want to come over here to this guy and show you about talking to other pilots. So we're going to talk to this guy, and we could purchase things from him if we wanted. We can go to offer trade, and these are all the things that he's selling. Wiring looms and things like that. I should probably buy a wiring loom or 2 because those are quite useful, and you can only buy those. I'm going to do that actually. And then, you know, there's just some other things that you can buy from them, materials. You know, if you don't want to farm cobalt, you can buy it from these guys. Same with chromatic metal, pure ferrite, all that type of stuff. I don't need any of this stuff right now, so, you know, I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. But you could sell your stuff to him as well, which I'm not going to do. The other thing that you can do is you can make an offer on his ship, and his ship is a Class C, which we can see is not that great. That does have an upgraded technology for a shield, so if you bought his ship or traded with him, you would get that with it. It's a Class C. There is no supercharged slot unlocked, so this is really not that good of a ship. So we'll just leave. There's another thing that you can do with these guys, and that is recruit them to your squadron, but we're not at that point yet. We don't even have a freighter, so none of that really is important to us. There's another guy here. Let's talk to this guy. But you can also just scan these ships and see, like, this is a C, this is a C, and I'm looking on my left-hand side over there where it says class. It's a fighter C with 25 storage and 16 technologies. But the point that I was making with that is we'll take a look at my ship, and, you know, I have a Class C with no supercharged slot. Like, there's no supercharged unlocked here. And I would have to unlock more of these slots in order to get a supercharged slot. So we don't have a very good ship. But that's okay, because we're not going to be in this ship for super long. Okay, so our next thing is encoded message has been stored for later use. When ready to leave, use the teleport terminus to return to your base. So we're basically going to come over here, and we're going to teleport to our base. And we have only one place we can go, and it's telling us that this is part of our objective, so we're going to warp to our tutorial base. Okay, so here we are back at base. We teleported in, and we have our base computer giving us our next objective. Our ship should be, there it is, just parked right outside. Right where we left it. No, we teleported down, so that's where it was. We'll go to the base computer archive, and we're going to go through this new decryption task. The traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Okay. So now we have a new objective. And where are these coordinates going to be located? It's 20 minutes. So we're definitely going to have to take our ship. We're going to get in. We're going to take off. And I'm just using R2 to fly right now. And you can see it's 40 seconds, counting down, I'm going to hit circle, and we're going to go a little faster. You can see my speed that's kind of on my dashboard to the left of my center console there. So I'm hitting R2 and I'm going 124, 5, 6 units. I hit circle and it's an extra boost, so it's 160 something. If I went out of the atmosphere, I would fly even faster. So because it's close enough, I'm not going to do all that. And looks like we've got a freighter here. Okay, let's find us a place to land. Get down here somewhere, and right here looks good. And we're just going to hit land. I'm hitting square to land, and I'm going to hit square to exit. All right. We're going to go ahead and, anytime you see sodium-rich plants, we harvest them. It's just quite useful. And we'll search all these containers, see what we get out of here. It's any good. We got ammo. We don't have a weapon yet, but we got ammo. So we're going to use our visor, and it's going to send us over here to this freighter. I'm pretty sure this crash freighter. So there's a bunch of cases in here, and I'm pretty sure this is what we're here to do is take a look at these cargo pods. They're just kind of everywhere here. So we're going to come up and talk to this computer here. The signals led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long forgotten ruin? Nestled amongst the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. So we're going to request a log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. The anomaly comes from the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached at the end of the message. Take the blueprint. Pull the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter this size. Someone placed it here after crashing, hoping it would be found. Nice. So we need 5 microprocessors and 125 chromatic metal. Now, that's good, because we have some of that stuff already. But it's bad because we don't have some of that stuff already. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and dig up these containers. So I'm going to mark them, and then we're going to go over to just an area that's kind of close to it, and we'll use our terrain manipulator to get to it. So you can see, like right here, we can break that down, and we should be able to just access this right here. There we go. And we're just going to clear the junk and the junk, and we should get some items out of it, nanites, and there'll also be some radiation. There we go. So we're going to back away from that. Train manipulator. We're going to go down and all right, so here we are. We're going to clear this junk out of the way. And this junk. And we got some units, okay. And we're just gonna be radiation, so we're gonna have to get away from it. All right, next thing is, let's see, we did that one already, right? No, we didn't do that one, so let's get up here. Okay, can we reach that? There we go. And we're going to move this junk out the way. And same with this. And what do we get? A warp cell. Nice, we can use that. Did we get anything else? No, we didn't. Okay, we're going to do this one here. There's nothing else in here. Yeah, that's right. All right, we're going to open this up, and we're going to get rid of this, and get rid of this. And what did we get? Nanites. Okay. Been nice if we get an upgrade, but we didn't get one. All right, what do we have left? It seems like there should be... I think that's it, except for the very last one right here. Nope, there's one out here. Alright, we'll unblock this one, unblock this one, and hopefully we got an upgrade. No, we got a warp cell. I mean, we can use those, but... Alright, we have one last one to use. It is this one here. And we'll go ahead and open that, and we'll unblock it. Starship launch fuel, okay. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. There's a building over there. I want to go over there. Man, these are some crazy critters, I'll tell you what. Crazy. Take the sodium. There's a building up there. What the? What the? Let's go get this technology stuff here. Alright, and we'll unclog it. Hopefully get us an upgrade. That would be awesome if we did. We got nanites. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the buried technology. And we got salvage data. That's good. Okay. I don't know what this is, but we're going to take a look at it. Those are sentinels. They might start shooting me if I start messing with stuff. Alright, we got a Gek relic. That's pretty cool. Let's say we chart this. Now, as long as I don't mess with the planet, I don't think those robot dudes will do anything to me. But I'm going to call our starship over because we're so far away from it. And as long as it has fuel in it, it'll land. And then I want to come inside here and take a look at these buildings. I just want to look at this. This is kind of a weird looking thing. What is this? It's a reinforced door. Let's go ahead and let's get in our ship so we can save our protection and see if we can make some microprocessors. And can we make that? Okay, I can't make that. We're going to take off. And we could go back to our base and teleport. Or we could just go straight out into space and then pulse drive to the space station. Or warp to it. Where is... We don't have a warp drive yet, that's right. Alright, let's get in here. So what we need is microprocessors. And I don't know if we're going to have enough money to do that. We need 3. We seriously need some money. We keep spending our money on tutorial stuff. Okay, so let's go over here and we should be able to craft this. Alright, we've got our technology installed, and it has to be fueled with a warp cell, which I want to say I have in my exosuit. Let's put here, and there are 2 warp cells there. That was part of the tutorial, I'm almost 100% sure. And we'll quick charge, and that basically fills up our hyperdrive halfway. Alright, so we've installed our hyperdrive, and we're going to go through the diagnostics. So as part of the tutorial, it wants me to craft warp fuel, and you have to find the antimatter recipe. So, that's kind of what it's wanting us to do right now. So let's go ahead and we will take off. Now, when you take off the space station, you don't need launch fuel. So that's nice. And this is the ancient bone planet with high sentinel activity. It's also got copper, oxide, and cobalt, so that's interesting. Let's go ahead and pulse there because it's 38 minutes without using our pulse drive. All right, so here we are. Kind of coming in hot here. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for, but I would say we're looking for this right here. I'm going to go ahead and just put us down right here. And we'll get out. Quite chilly on this planet. This is... what am I looking at? Copper, okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to harvest this. Alright, so we're scanning. And it should be right down there. That should be where we're going. I broke my legs twice. I didn't do too good there. I'm going to... okay, this is kind of an interesting one to do. There's whispering eggs here, which serve a purpose, and that purpose is nanites. Let's go over and let's hit the beacon here and get our navigational data. Yep, and then we're going to go ahead and we got some nanites. We're going to open this. And I'm just going to discard this stuff until I get a personal refiner, which is a refiner in my exosuit. I'm just going to trash this stuff because I don't want to have to mess around with it, carry it. So we're going to go in here and we're going to do a few things. First things first, when we go in here, we got to look out for stuff up top that can damage us. It is... where is it? Huh, okay, there's not one in here. Normally there's something hanging from the ceiling that'll hit you and cause damage to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit all these boxes first. It's nice just to upgrade your health and get the extra nanites and do all the other little things that you need to do. Let's come back over this terminal, and what it's wanting us to do is get some technology out of here. We're just going to ungunk this, and then we'll be able to proceed. Terminal is online. Decrypting. And success. Alright, the device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprinter for antimatter. Nice. Take the blueprint and read the log. We'll find you when the time is right. That's not cryptic. Sweet. Then we can make an antimatter if we want. And so, let's just go ahead and do that. Our ship's too far away, but to make that, we need a warp cell. So let's go down here. And a warp cell is antimatter housing and antimatter. And so we can craft one, and we can craft one, and then we can craft a warp cell. Perfect. Now, before we go, we have something we need to do. Whenever you see these little things here, you gonna say it? You're not gonna tell me what it is? Okay. Whispering egg. There you go. You hit it with your laser, and then these little critters are going to come out after you. So you can run inside, and they won't be attacking you, but you got to pick up the little eggs that fall out. And so you got to do it fast, because you can refine that stuff and get nanites out of it. And so it's kind of important. So they're hitting me right now, and I'm picking this stuff up. And I just want to get this done, and then I'll get out of here. So I'm like cracking it open and picking up the larval core. And picking up larval core with a square. And those guys will chase me, but like I said, I'm just trying to do this as fast as I can. I'll take the hit right now because I want to just get these, because these nanites are going to be very important to us here in a little bit. All right, let's run around this side. They'll come for us, don't worry. All right, so I'm going to get in here just to get away from these dudes for a little bit. And let's take a look. Yeah, our health is doing okay. We're not doing too bad. Let's see if I can put this down here. If I can, I'm going to go ahead and do it here. There we go. All right, so we're going to open up our refiner, and we're going to place in some carbon. And then we're going to go to our suit, and we're going to put these larval cores in here and refine them. And that's 10 larval cores, and we get 500 nanites. And we're going to do that again because I want to make sure I've got plenty of space in my inventory to be able to do this. I don't want to waste these, so let's just go ahead and pick this up. All right, and when we go out, we should have some more to our left here. Those little critters, they'll go away after a while. You can do this where you go underground and they don't actually get you because you've like made a hole underground. But I'm not really worried about it. They're not super strong right now, and the way the game kind of generates the stuff, they make it so that you don't get overwhelmed. You know, like the more weaponry you have, the more armor or shields you have, the more those guys will damage you and do damage to you. But you know, at our level, they're not really doing much to us, so it's okay. I haven't gotten them all yet. So these guys will dive bomb you and damage you, but then they're trying to knock you off of the... See, like they hit me right there. Oh, there's one more here. We're getting it. We're going to need all these nanites. Let's get inside. All right, we'll let our levels balance out, and we'll go ahead and do these up as well. Right here, and we're going to quick charge. And we're going to go ahead and do these larval cores here. Nice. And do I have any more? If I have any more, I'm doing them all. I want to get all of them out of my inventory because I just want the nanites. Okay, let's pick this guy up here. Now, let's take a look. And we can see that our nanites are up to 1,472. That's pretty good. We're going to need all those nanites here pretty soon. I'm not using them now. I'm going to wait because there's something specific we're going to use them for. And all these guys are probably gone by now. So where's our ship? I don't remember where our ship is. Oh, there it is up there. Okay, so we're back at our ship. Let's take a look at warp to another system. Okay, so we're just going to enter here. We're going to take off, and up we go. We just got to get out of the atmosphere. All right, let's stop right here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit down on the D-pad, and that's going to take us to the galaxy map. And then we need to warp to another system now. 32 light years. It looks like there's quite a few planets there. Let's just warp there. Why not? What I'd like to do is find a planet that's radioactive. It's got some uranium on it, and then we'll mine that up, and we'll be using that for our ship. So that's kind of what I'd like to do. I mean, while following the tutorial. All right, 6 planets. It's Viking in dominant life form. Economy is ore extraction, and I couldn't read the rest of it because it left too quickly. Malfunction, searching, obtained. Okay, is it telling us where to go? Okay, 16, 16, 16, great. I'll accept that. I want to take a look at this this planet. Copper, gold, salt. A fungal planet. Oh, interesting. Let's just take a look around. We've got a space station. And let's just scan this one. Ancient bones. High temperature planet. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Undiscovered planet. Paradise planet with copper. Nice. And let's just scan this one here. Desolate. Cobalt, copper. And what about this one? Salvageable scrap. A charred planet. We're eventually going to need salvageable scrap. When we get to that point, I will definitely go into detail explaining that. And our last planet here, did we ever scan this one? Yes, this is the fungal planet. So anytime you go to a new system, as a general rule of thumb, it is always best to go to the space station first. And the reason for that is it then unlocks it in a fast travel. So we're going to just pulse right to it. Go into the space station. Now remember, anytime you go to a new system, the first thing you want to do after you scan the planets is go to the space station. It unlocks it as a point that you can warp to or teleport to. Also, while you're here, you need to be in the habit of going and purchasing the exosuit upgrade. So that's what we're going to do now before I forget. And we'll come over here and we have it available. We should have enough money to do this. We definitely don't want to buy that. We want to buy this one. And it's 5,000 units. It seems like it was 1,000 before. Yeah. So we're going to buy that one. And so it shows that it's upgraded, it's been visited, so we can't do it again. And let's take a look. We got us a supercharge slot. So now I want to take and move our jetpack into the supercharge slot so that it gives us just a little bit more boost to our jetpack. That's pretty nice. I'm glad we got that. Now this is a Gek relic, and if we give it to a Gek, it'll immediately boost our rating with them. So, you know, I'm going to hold on to it. I could sell it, but I'm going to hang on to it because it'll help boost our rating like real quick. So let's take a look at this gun. And this is a B, and this one has the 2 slots. So this would be very much worth it, getting both slots here. There's also some upgrades. There's a counterfeit parallel processor where you get a bonus for scanning flora and fauna. There's a combat scope that gives you stabilization whenever you're shooting. And just the same stuff that we have there. Let's just see if this one's any more. It is about the same cost. So if we had the money, this would be kind of worth buying. We don't have the money. So we're not going to spend the money on that. We've only got 60,000 units. In another video or two, I'll probably start getting in money-making mode. But, you know, we'll see. So this is one of the Geks, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer a gift. And my standing increases with him. And also, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and talk to him and see if I can get a free word from him. Most of the time he will. I just click on the first thing I see. I don't worry about, you know, going through and selecting a specific word or something like that. So I'm just going to, you know, go through and just quick hit all these buttons. Now over here is... I think this is the guild. Is that right? This is Mercenaries Guild. Okay, yeah. So I don't have any rating with them, so I can't buy anything. I don't think I can even donate anything. Yeah, so I can't do anything with these guys because I'm not at that level. We can come over here and do something that I've been wanting to do for a minute now. We can adjust our suit. we're gonna go. We got different options here. I'm gonna go with anomaly and as the race, and then body shape. Let's get us a little more dude-like. Let's go ahead and get rid of these fancy pants. And I think I'll probably go with here and black. But we are getting rid of these fancy pants. That's a no good here. Okay, so I was probably in the middle of modifying my appearance, and I had a power outage here at my house, which brings me up to a point that I haven't made so far. Well, if you go in and you go under your options, you'll see that you've got reload, autosave, reload, restore point, that sort of thing. And you can rename your current save, etc., etc. This game will automatically save once a minute, I want to say. But you can also launch a restore point as well. So again, power went out of my house, no fault of the game at all. And I was in the middle of recording and kind of lost my progress of where I was at. But it was only 1 minute's worth of progress because it saves that often. Now, there are so many games that have an autosave or don't have an autosave. I'm talking to you, Ark Survival Ascended. It is frustrating whenever something happens and you lose some progress, but I really haven't lost much in the way of progress because of how this autosave feature works. We still have our hyperdrive. I've got my supercharge slot in my exosuit. We didn't do anything to our multi-tool, so I didn't lose anything there. I was just over there modifying my appearance, and so that's no big loss. I'm not really that worried about that. So anyway, the autosave feature is really nice. It really helps out a lot. I'm going to run through and talk to some of these guys, requesting dialect help and unlocking some words. That's kind of what I was in the middle of doing before going over to change my appearance. So I just want to see how many of these guys are left to speak to, and I'm just going to run through this real quick. I do have a suit upgrade, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. And I'm just going to do right next to this slot here. This is 10,000 units. All right, here we are. We are finished with our appearance changer, and these are kind of the colors I like to use, kind of a gray, charcoal gray, blue, and some black accents. So nice, we've been able to affect our appearance. We'll be able to do that more as we explore more, and that'll just be something I do from time to time. I probably won't do that all on camera. Now, we need to make money, so I want to look for a specific chart. And what we're looking for is the emergency cartography chart. And that is basically going to be costing us 1 navigation data, I think. Yeah, something like that. So I think what I'll do is, I don't know how many of these we can get. 5? Sure, we'll do 5. That'll get us started. All right, so these planetary charts, these emergency cartography charts, they're going to be helping us get money. All right, so we're done kind of doing our shopping here, and we are going to follow the tutorial, and it is going to be follow the ship's navigation, I believe is what it's going to say. Let's go ahead and pulse. Okay, we are coming in on the planet now, and I'm going to use L1, R1 to balance out my trim here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for here. Let's go ahead and land. And what are we looking for? Let's get out. Now we're in a low atmosphere, so you can see like I'm flying like a good bit, I guess this is a new planet. Discovered by me. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to edit this, and we're going to call this one... All right, we're going to call this one Let's Figure It Out Gaming. Discovered by me. So, cool. Okay, so we're going to hit L1, and we're using a target sweep, and we can see it's 400 units away, so somewhere in that direction, probably over the hill. I want to analyze some things here, though, because this is a new planet. So we want to, get the extra money for, doing all of our scanning and analyzing. All right, these guys are going to chase us, remember, whenever we hit this. So we're going to grab it and go, because we can get nanites off this. All right, I kind of like being on these planets like this. Ooh, he got me good that time. Now, if you go underground, they can't do anything to you. And that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we'll pull a little dog leg and we go in here, and we're going to do something with our health, because we're a little bit beat up here. So we're going to go and we're going to recharge with oxygen. Quick recharge. And we needed that. And we've got these larval cores here that we could go ahead and do. Let's let those guys go ahead and go back underground, and I'll go ahead and drop these larval cores in here, and we'll go ahead and drop those in. We're going to get the nanites from it. Alright, now we get back up here, we will go ahead and go into our scanner. And where are we? Okay. Oh, this is where we're going. All right. Go ahead and finish scanning. All right, now we got a fuel source. All right, so we're going to come up here and interact with it, but I'm going to go ahead and hit these knowledge stones first, because it just teaches you words, and it's kind of just part of the process of doing the tutorial. And we come up here. The structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? I'm going to say it is traveler. I don't think it really matters what you put in, but that's what I'm going to put in. It feels strange responding to questions I'm unsure that I've been asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken, that someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? I'm going to say last. I do not know how I am being spoken to. This monolith is ancient and cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? I'm going to put both. Find us, traveler. Now, it said that we can call the ship over, but I actually want to run back because I want to harvest some materials along the way. All right, so while we're on this particular planet, I want to go ahead and use one of these planetary charts, and I just want to see what it's going to show us. All right, so it shows us a freighter crash site. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, we're going to come over here and land. Now, when you see these little green things like that, that means you can land without using your launch thrusters. So that's pretty cool. Now we're going to exit out. We're going to go over and talk to the computer. And we're just going to go through the process here. We're going to actually read the log, and then we're going to go harvest all the stuff. All right, this will be the last one. Typically when you do the last one, you get something nice out of it. And I just kind of use this case over here on the right-hand side for something specific. For some reason, I just feel like that's the better one to do last. Like you get more stuff out of it. Maybe not, that may be all in my head. But we did get some more salvage data, so that's nice. Okay, so now that we're here at this freighter, I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at my mission objectives, and we can see that freighter mission is now gone. I want to go in and I want to use one more of these emergency cartography datas, and we're going to plot a route. Alright, we've got a distress beacon that's off planet. Alright, let's check our incoming messages. Incoming transmission, source unknown. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. I am going to remain silent. I know you can hear me. Okay, I'll go ahead and identify myself. You left me. Why did you? I don't understand. Of course you'd say that, just like the others. Okay. Who am I talking to? There's no reply. The communicator falls silent, though the channel remains open. Okay. This looks like a ship. Oh, it's a dude walking around. Well, that's no good. Let's talk to this dude, see what he has to say. Don't understand him. Don't know enough of his language yet. I'm going to ask about the ship. Okay. And let's see what he wants. So I think it's going to want us to repair his ship for him. So we're going to go talk to this dude. Alright, so Scout Pusis roars with thanks, gifting me some of their cargo. I try to explain that they should dock somewhere to refuel their hyperdrive, but I'm not sure they understand. Their focus has returned to their pursuit, eyes glaring with bloodlust. So what did we get? Unstable plasma. I have no idea what that is. Bye. And we're going to use one of these charts again. We're going to plot a route. Where's this abandoned building at? We're going to have to get out of the atmosphere, I think. Alright, so here we are at this abandoned building, and we are going to... We're just going to land right here. There we go. And we're going to get out. And this is going to be one of those buildings where we get the eggs from. So I'm just going to start doing it. Man, these guys are hitting me pretty hard. Let's go inside the building. And let's see if there's anything going to hit us at the top. No, I think we're okay. Let's take a look at our health. The health's not too bad. We took a lot of hits there. Let's analyze the log data. Something deeply coded in the log. We got nanites, and that's it. Man, I was really hoping we were going to get an upgrade. Now that thing right there is can hit you, so I'm going to go ahead and kill that. That way it doesn't take my shield. Nice. Now let's pick this up. And we've got 3,000 nanites. We are doing great on the nanites. It's going to pay off really well for us here. And we are going to use another emergency chart. Alright, we're out in the atmosphere, and it's going to be a minute or so. Let's just go ahead and pulse. Alright, we found another abandoned building here, and this is basically going to be, you know, getting the technology, doing the eggs, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, pick up the refiner. Let's get back in our ship. Alright, we're going to plot the route on our last map. Okay, we found us another little spot here. Now let's go inside and let this guy subside. And we're good. Okay, we're coming up on our mission objective. Stranger's coordinates. And I'm not sure what this is exactly. Look at these little critters. Ah, cute. 418. Alright, let's head on up towards our objective. Alright, here we are. Finally. Took us forever to get here. So, what is this ship? Huh, okay. Anything else around here? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and hit the signal beacon. We need sodium and chromatic metal, which we do have both of. Now what happens? There are no signs of life. There's only static but broken communicator. Let's get the records and see what it says. Artemis, okay. And here's an upgrade for a mining beam. Perfect. This is what I'm talking about as far as needing to do the tutorial to get free technology. This advanced mining laser is required for this game. So it's nice that we've gone through the tutorial to get it. Wow, okay. Now, there's a few things we can do. We can repair this so that we can launch it, and then we can take this to the space station and sell it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hermetic seal and metal plating. So we need to make that, and then we also need to do a dihydrogen jelly. So let's go for hermetic seal. And I don't remember how many it is. Let's just make one. And then let's go with metal plating. Make one. Let's go to Starship and see if that's enough. It is. So that and that. And then we need to go to the dihydrogen jelly. So let's do dihydrogen jelly. And that'll be right here. And we'll craft one. And then we're going to go back to ship, and we should be able to repair both of these. So let's go ahead and take off. And we want to find the space station as quickly as possible. because we have no way to protect ourselves and no way to fight. And I don't think we're going to have a pulse engine here. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to get in the space station as fast as possible because we have got to protect ourselves. We don't have a shield and we don't really have any way to fire any weapons. So we're going to get in here and land. We're going to get out. And then we're going to come over and we're going to see if there's a wiring loom in here. If there is, we're going to buy one. Then we're going to take that shield off of this particular ship. And do we have a wiring loom? We do. We're going to buy one. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and we will repair this particular shield here with everything that we've got in our inventory. Then we're going to take and we're going to remove this. So we're going to store technology and we're going to place that in the exosuit. Now there's nothing else in this ship that we want. We're going to come over and this little section here is where you can upgrade ships and you can salvage a ship. So we're going to begin salvage analysis. And we're going to claim scrap worth 2,265,000 units. And it gives you another alert. All the cargo will be destroyed. Do you want to scrap it? And we do want to scrap it. Alright, so now I've got to make some room in my inventory because I don't have enough space. So let's put the ship down. We're going to come over here. We're going to move this into the starship. Move this into starship. We've got to make some inventory space. And let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And is there anything else? We've got 6 slots. Okay. Before we forget, let's go ahead and just put this upgrade onto the ship. All right, now let's make sure we switch back to the ship we want to sell, which is going to be the busted one. We're going to come over here and we're going to sell it. So we're going to scrap this particular ship and begin salvage analysis. Scrap it. It's going to give us the alert. It'll destroy the ship and anything that's in it, and we're going to claim the money. All right, now that's going to be processed for scrapping. And we are going to get a bunch of stuff in our inventory. Now we're going to come over here and here. And all the stuff that's in our inventory, we're going to go to sell an exosuit. And we're going to sell this stuff off. So it's going to be subatomic regulators. There's 2 of them. We're getting rid of those. Then there is a vector compressor. We're going to get rid of those. And that should be everything that we can sell. There's a couple of nano cables, so we're gonna sell that. And subatomic regulators. Selling that. All right, and then we come over here, and our ship is going to be located right there. So now we have modules that we can place into the ship, but these are going to be kind of low level, so I want to sell these because I don't want to put a sea level upgrade into our ship. And you can sell them to anybody, like these guys right here. So we'll go to this guy, and then we're going to go to purchase, and then we're going to go to sell. And we've got a hyperdrive module and a starship module, and as long as you don't open them and look at it, you can get them for full price. And once I open them and like see what their value is, you know, like how many percentage of shield or whatever, then these will drop down to like 5, 10, 15 nanites that you get for it. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this, and we'll sell this. Okay, we are up to 4 million units. We are doing fantastic. We're really close to being at a pretty good level of money where we can start spending money to make money. We're not quite there yet, but we're doing pretty well. That's going to be it for this episode. This is going to be a long one. I had a power outage in the middle of it, so I had to come back in and kind of start where I was before. And, we did a few things as far as salvage and gathering things, but we were able to get some money in doing so. Now, this is going to be great for us because this is going to allow us to do a few things that will really push us forward with our progress. And we'll probably get into that next episode or maybe the one after. We still need to do our tutorial and answer the communicator. That'll take us to the space anomaly, and that's where we're really going to make some progress. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, give us a like and a subscribe. We really appreciate it. And we will see you on our next space adventure.